All right, welcome back to WMAC Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with some news out of Deep Jewels. So, Deep Jewels has announced the drawing for the women's flyweight world Grand Prix, or rather, they already did the drawing and they have announced the flyweight matchup. So, it worked. The process was very much the same as the atomweight Grand Prix last year. They brought the 8 ladies in, or rather, they brought 7 in, and one was, excuse me, one was there via Skype or Zoom or whatever. They broke the ladies off into 2 groups of 4, and then the ladies did the 4. Each group of 4 did rock paper scissors shoot to decide set an order from there, and then depending on the order they won the rock paper scissors game, they each chose an envelope which set the number, and then they went in numerical order, picking on the wall the 4 fights, and they could be fight 1 red or blue, fight 2 red corner, blue corner, and so on and so forth. So the matchups were set, and we're going to go over them real quick here. So let me get this enlarged real quick. First fight that was fully made is going to be between Rinakai and Shoko Fujita. Now, Rinakai, of course, obviously one of the big 2 favorites for the fight. Pretty much it was decided that no matter who she was going to fight, she was probably going to steamroll in the first round outside of Shizuka Sugiyama. So she ended up choosing to fight Fujita based on how the drawing went. So we have Nakai's coming in at 22, 2-1. Fujita is coming in at only 2-1, so obviously big experience advantage to Nakai. Now, Nakai hasn't actually fought MMA in a while. She's coming off of a submission win back in October of 2019, whereas Fujita last picked up a decision win in December. So Fujita is the more active of the 2. Now, don't have an age for Shoko Fujita. Nakai is 35 years old, so no spring chicken exactly. The height advantage goes to Fujita, though. 5'6", 168 centimeters to 5'1", 155 centimeters for Rinakai. What's there to say here? Fujita does have some nice striking, so if she can use her height and reach advantage and stay on the outside, she could beat Rinakai. But I think, honestly, it's just a matter of time until Rinakai gets inside, gets Fujita to the ground with her judo, and then submits her. So I'll go ahead and make an early pick on this one. I'll go Rinakai to win this one. Second matchup features the other favorite. We have Shizuka Sugiyama on the left there taking on Miko Nirvana Shimizu. Sugiyama comes in with a record of 20 wins, 6 losses, 1 draw. Shimizu is 3-1. Now, Sugiyama's coming in off of a year layoff. She last fought picking up a TKO win in February of last year, 2021, whereas Miko Nirvana is coming off of a decision win in September of last year. So she was more recently active. Sugiyama is the elder fighter, 34-28 for Shimizu. They're roughly the same height, 5'5", 165 centimeters for Sugiyama, 5'4", 163 centimeters for Shimizu. Obviously, big experience advantage goes to Sugiyama in this one, and she's one of the 2 favorites to win this tournament, rightfully so. I think it's fairly safe to say that she'll most likely get the win here as well. Next, the third fight, we have Hanako Sawa taking on Aoi Kuriyama. Now, Sawa is coming in with a record of 1-0. This is, I don't know why I wrote 1-1. She's 1-0. Kuriyama coming in with a record of 2-4. Now, Sawa is coming off of a decision win in her pro debut in December, whereas Kuriyama fought at the same event, and she's coming off of a decision loss. Now, Kuriyama is the elder fighter. She's the one on the right with the tattoos. She is 26-22 for Sawa. Kuriyama is going to have a height advantage here, 5'5", 165 centimeters to 5'2", 157 centimeters for Hanako Sawa. Hanako is my dark horse to win this Grand Prix. Outside of the two favorites, I think she brings in an extremely high level wrestling game. Now, she just is getting started as a MMA fighter, so she's got a lot to work on, but she brings in a very high level. She was on the Japanese Olympic wrestling team. I believe she was an alternate, or she wasn't one of the ones that got to actively compete, but she was there. So she, finally getting some of these Japanese women wrestlers over from the Olympic program into MMA, and that's what Sawa represents. So we'll have to see with this one, though. And then for the final bout, we have Kano Kagaya taking on Te Miriyama. Both ladies have an identical record of 2 wins and 1 loss. Now, both are coming enough of losses, too, in Deep Jewels 35 in December. Kagaya on the left-hand side there lost a decision, whereas TA lost via submission. I don't have an age available for either lady, and no height available for TA, whereas Kagaya is listed at 5'3", 159 centimeters. Both ladies fairly inexperienced. This is probably going to be the most even matchup here as far as skill-wise and experience-wise. So this should actually make for one of the, probably going to be the most competitive matchup, in my opinion, out of the quarterfinals. So there you have it, the 4 quarterfinal bouts for Deep Jewels Flyweight Grand Prix 2022. Now these go down at Deep Jewels 36, which takes place on March 12th at New Pier Hall in Tokyo. Probably going to be on the, not live now, I forget the website, but the Deep Jewels have been on the same streaming service site for I believe over a year now. So I will announce that as the event gets closer. Keep an eye out. As the event gets closer, I will do a full event preview. One final note before I go for tonight. There was some unfortunate news. The super atomweight 49 kilogram fight between Shiyu Park and Ira Koga has been postponed. Apparently, Park caught COVID-19. I think they said the new COVID virus, so it might be Omicron. I'm not sure. But anyway, the event has been postponed until the next in April. So we will see this fight. It's just going to be a little bit later than originally planned. So anyway, those are my initial thoughts on these matchups for the Deep Jewels Flyweight Grand Prix quarterfinals. Let me know your thoughts on them in the comments down below. If you like the video, please give it a like, share it as well, help spread the news. While you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to WMMA Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.